Have you ever felt the energy of a large gathering, the roar of the crowd at a concert, or the collective anticipation of a sporting event? It's exhilarating, isn't it? The sheer volume of voices, the synchronized clapping, the shared emotions that seem to ripple through the masses. But have you also noticed how quickly things can shift? How the mood of a crowd can change in an instant, almost like a living organism reacting to stimuli? How a peaceful protest can turn chaotic with emotions running high and tensions escalating rapidly, or a celebratory gathering can become destructive, with joy turning into frenzy and excitement into mayhem. This curious nature of crowds, this transformation from a collection of individuals into a singular entity, is what fascinated Gustave Le Bon. He observed how people when in a crowd seem to lose their sense of self. In his groundbreaking work, The Crowd, a study of the popular mind published in 1895, Le Bon, a French social psychologist, delved into the psychology of crowds, attempting to decipher the forces that govern their behavior. He was intrigued by the idea that crowds could be both powerful and unpredictable. He argued that when individuals come together in a crowd, they undergo a profound psychological transformation, losing their individual identity and rational thought, becoming part of a larger, often irrational collective mind, and becoming susceptible to the sway of the collective mind. This phenomenon, according to Le Bon, explains why crowds can be so unpredictable and why they can sometimes act in ways that individuals never would on their own. Le Bon's The Crowd wasn't just another book. It was a revelation, a pioneering exploration into the then uncharted territory of crowd psychology. It delved deep into the mysteries of how individuals behave when they become part of a larger group. Published at a time of significant social and political upheaval in Europe, the book quickly gained notoriety for its insightful, albeit controversial analysis of the collective mind. Le Bon's observations were groundbreaking, offering a new lens through which to view societal movements and mass behavior. Le Bon's central argument was simple, yet powerful. A crowd is not merely a collection of individuals but a new entity altogether, one with its own unique characteristics and behaviors. This entity, he argued, could act in ways that were completely different from the sum of its parts. Imagine a drop of water. On its own, it's just a tiny, insignificant droplet. It has little impact and can easily be overlooked. But when countless drops come together, they form vast oceans, capable of immense power and destruction. This analogy perfectly captures Le Bon's view of crowd dynamics. Similarly, Le Bon argued that individuals, when submerged in a crowd, lose their sense of individual identity and become part of a larger, more potent force. This transformation can lead to actions and behaviors that individuals might never consider on their own. This collective mind, as he called it, possesses its own distinct traits, often driven by emotions, impulses, and unconscious desires, making it unpredictable and potentially dangerous. Le Bon's work remains a cornerstone in understanding the complexities of human behavior within groups, shedding light on the power and peril of the crowd. One of Le Bon's most striking observations was the loss of individuality within a crowd. He noted that the larger the crowd, the more pronounced this effect becomes. He argued that when individuals become part of a crowd, they surrender their personal responsibility and critical thinking abilities, often without even realizing it. Essentially, they become anonymous and relinquish control to the collective will. This transformation can be subtle, but powerful. This anonymity, Le Bon believed, can lead to a sense of invincibility and a diminished sense of personal responsibility. People feel less accountable for their actions. Think about a time you were part of a large crowd, maybe at a concert or a sporting event. The energy of the crowd can be intoxicating. Did you feel a sense of anonymity, a feeling of being just another face in the crowd? This sensation can be both freeing and unsettling. This anonymity, Le Bon argued, can be liberating but also dangerous. It can embolden people to act in ways they wouldn't normally consider. It can lead to behaviors that individuals would never dream of exhibiting on their own, as the crowd provides a cloak of anonymity and a diffusion of responsibility. The collective energy can be overwhelming, pushing individuals to go along with actions they might otherwise avoid. It's like the difference between whispering a secret to one person and shouting it through a megaphone to 1,000. The potential consequences of our actions seem to diminish when we're lost in the crowd. In the end, the crowd's influence can be both a powerful force for unity and a dangerous catalyst for reckless behavior. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for navigating the complexities of human interaction. Le Bon believed that crowds are highly susceptible to suggestion and manipulation. He argued that the collective mind is primitive and emotional, lacking the critical thinking abilities of the individual. As a result, crowds are easily influenced by powerful leaders, evocative imagery, and emotionally charged language. Think about the power of a charismatic speaker or a compelling advertisement. They often appeal to our emotions, bypassing our rational thought processes. This is even more pronounced in crowds where the collective emotional state is heightened, and individuals are more likely to be swept away by the tide of shared sentiment. It's like a group of fireflies blinking in unison. The individual light of each firefly becomes insignificant, replaced by the mesmerizing rhythm of the collective glow. Section 5. The power of images and emotions. Logic takes a back seat. Le Bon emphasized the role of images and emotions in swaying crowds. He argued that crowds are not persuaded by logic or reason but by powerful images, simple ideas, and emotionally charged narratives. He believed that crowds are more receptive to sensory experiences and emotional appeals than to complex arguments or nuanced information. Think about how political campaigns use slogans, symbols, and emotional appeals to rally support, or how advertisers use evocative imagery and catchy jingles to make their products memorable. These techniques bypass our rational filters and tap into our emotions, which are amplified in a crowd setting. It's like the difference between reading a news article about a natural disaster and seeing a photograph of the devastation. The image has a raw, immediate impact that transcends language and logic. Section 6. The crowd's leaders, masters of manipulation. Le Bon argued that crowds are often led by charismatic individuals who understand the art of manipulation. These leaders, he believed, are often driven by their own ambitions and use their understanding of crowd psychology to control and direct the collective will. Think about historical figures like Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., or Nelson Mandela. These leaders understood the power of the crowd and used their charisma, their ability to connect with people on an emotional level, and their understanding of shared grievances to mobilize mass movements and bring about social change. They were masters of persuasion, able to articulate a vision, inspire hope, and channel the collective energy of the crowd towards a common goal. Section 7. The fickle nature of crowds, from heroes to zeros. Le Bon also highlighted the fickle nature of crowds, how they can quickly shift their allegiances and turn against their leaders. He argued that crowds are driven by emotions and impulses, making them unpredictable and prone to sudden changes in sentiment. Think about the fickle nature of fame and how quickly public opinion can turn. A celebrity who is adored one day can become the target of scorn and ridicule the next, often due to a minor misstep or a shift in public sentiment. This is the double-edged sword of crowd mentality. It can elevate individuals to extraordinary heights, but can also bring them crashing down with ruthless efficiency. Section 8. Le Bon's legacy, a timeless lens on collective behavior. The crowd remains a seminal work in social psychology, offering valuable insights into the dynamics of crowd behavior. While some of Le Bon's ideas have been challenged and refined over the years, his work continues to provide a framework for understanding the complexities of collective behavior and the enduring power of the crowd. Le Bon's work has had a profound impact on various fields, from political science and sociology to marketing and advertising. His insights into the psychology of crowds have helped us understand the dynamics of social movements, the power of propaganda, and the influence of mass media. His work serves as a reminder of the importance of critical thinking, individual responsibility, and the need to be aware of the potential for manipulation in group settings. Section 9. A Mirror to Society, Reflecting on the Crowd Today. More than a century after its publication, the crowd remains strikingly relevant. In today's interconnected world, where social media platforms can amplify emotions and spread information at lightning speed, understanding the dynamics of crowd behavior is more critical than ever. Le Bon's work reminds us that while crowds can be a force for good, they can also be manipulated and misled. As you navigate the complexities of the digital age, remember Le Bon's insights. Be aware of the power of the crowd, both its potential for positive change and its susceptibility to manipulation. Think critically, question assumptions, and engage in constructive dialogue, even when it's uncomfortable. The future of our society depends on our ability to harness the collective power of the crowd for good, while guarding against its darker impulses.